Mira the Mermaid and the Magical Rainbow. Far out where the sea wears a necklace of light and the horizon breathes in soft silver sighs, a mermaid named Meera drifted through a meadow of swaying seagrass. She loved the hushed world beneath the waves, the coral towers where tiny shrimp played hide and seek, the sand that shone like powdered moonstone, the gentle hush-hush of currents combing her golden hair. Every morning she rose with the tide to stroke the backs of sleepy turtles and smile at the shy octopus in his shell-door home. Every evening she curled in a cradle of kelp and listened to the water's heartbeat, steady and calm. On a morning bright and slow, when clouds were no more than delicate brushstrokes and the sun was warm but not yet bold, Meera noticed a new shimmer on the surface above. It was a rainbow, only not like the rainbows after a storm. This one rested on the water as though it had chosen the sea as a pillow. The colors, rose, tangerine, lemon, mint, sky, indigo, violet, were soft as a sigh and steady as a promise. They did not blaze, they glowed. "How curious," Meera whispered, and the word bloomed into a stream of bubbles that danced away. Curiosity in Meera felt like a feather drifting through her chest, light and eager, gently tugging her to follow. She glided upward, fin flicking in slow, quiet strokes, careful not to disturb the sleeping anemones. As she rose, the rainbow's feet seemed to step onto the sea, and where it touched, the water brightened, as if it remembered the sky's colors and wanted to wear them for a while. Breaking the surface, Meera blinked at a small island she had never seen before. The sand along its shore looked like spilled pearls. In its center, trees lifted star-shaped leaves that tinkled in the wind like soft bells. The island felt shy and welcoming, like someone offering a hand with a blush and a smile. Meera swam to the shallows, where the water was as warm as tea. She nestled onto the damp sand with her tail still trailing in the tide, letting the little waves kiss her fins. She breathed in the island's smell, sweet as ripe fruit and bright as sunshine, and listened to the easy conversation between breeze and leaves. "Hello," she called, shy but hopeful. Something answered that was not exactly a voice, but very much like one. A single note of music, clear as a drop of water falling into a singing bowl. Then came a soft clip-clop that didn't sound like stone or shell or wood, but something gentler, as if the very ground enjoyed being stepped upon. From between two trees stepped a unicorn. Its coat shone like snow in moonlight. Its mane floated as though it remembered the ocean's gentle sway. And on its brow curled a spiral horn that held every color of the rainbow, as if the rainbow had decided to rest there for a while and found it too comfortable to leave. "Welcome," said the unicorn, and now it was truly a voice, warm and kind. "I am called Celestia." "I'm Meera," said the mermaid, eyes wide with wonder that did not startle but soothed. "I followed the rainbow. I've never seen an island like this. I've never met a unicorn." "Then today is a day for firsts," Celestia replied. "This is an island that appears only when it is needed, and only to those it trusts. The rainbow is our bridge, gentle traveler. It makes a path between your world and mine." "Why me?" Meera asked, for the feather of curiosity had alighted on that question and would not lift until it felt answered. "Because you carry kindness the way the sea carries light," Celestia said. "You look with listening eyes. Magic likes to be seen that way." The words settled over Meera like a soft shawl, warm and steady. Celestia turned toward the heart of the island, and Meera followed, pulling herself along the shore where tide fingers slid under her to help, as if the ocean itself wished her to go on. They reached a pool tucked gently among the roots of the starleaf trees. Its surface was as smooth as silk and colored like a slow-breathing rainbow, rose becoming gold, gold becoming green, green becoming blue, blue becoming violet, and round again without hurry. The air above it felt cool and glad. "This is the heartpool," Celestia said. "Its colors feed the bridge. When its song is strong, the rainbow is sure. When its song falters, the bridge grows thin and the island becomes hard to find, even for those who believe. Meera leaned close and listened the way she listened to distant whale lullabies. At first, she heard only wind and leaf and her own quiet breath. Then she felt it, an almost sound, like the moment before a note is born. It trembled and wavered, brave but tired. "It needs rest," Meera said softly, "and a friend." "It needs two friends," Celestia answered. "The pool remembers the sea's cradle and the sky's lantern. It needs the sea's song and the rainbow's light." Meera's heart lifted. "I can sing," she said. "I know songs my mother hummed when the tides were little and sleepy. I know songs of whales when the world is purple with evening. I can give those. And I can give light," said Celestia, her horn warming with a gentle dawn. "I can pour the rainbow without spilling." They faced the pool together. Meera slid into the water until it touched her chin. It was cool but not cold, like shade in the late afternoon. She opened her mouth and let the ocean come out, soft and steady, a lullaby that rose like mist. She sang of shells that remember waves, of driftwood smoothed by time, of moon paths braided on the surface, of sand holding footprints that the tide will kiss away without sorrow. Each note was a pebble placed carefully on a stack that would not fall. Celestia lowered her horn until it kissed the water. Light flowed like honey, not hurried, not heavy. It entered the pool and traveled through it the way a hand moves through hair, patient and kind. Where Meera's song touched the light, it shimmered. Where the light touched Meera's song, it warmed. The colors of the pool brightened and layered themselves like a blanket being tucked snug around a sleeping child. The almost sound grew into a true sound. Quiet, yes, but strong and sure. The pool's heart beat in color. Rose, gold, green, blue, violet. The island's trees shook their star leaves and shed a little sparkling rain of happiness that vanished before it reached the ground. Meera's voice softened and softened until it became a hum, and then a breath, and then a smile. Celestia lifted her horn. A last bright thread of light rested on the pool and then drew itself up, arching across the island, joining sea to sky. The rainbow stretched, yawned, and settled into a graceful bow, content and luminous. "We did it," Meera whispered. "We did it," Celestia agreed. "The bridge will hold. Those who need to find this place will find it. Those who are lonely will feel a tug and look up and see a path. Those who have forgotten wonder will remember." They sat a while by the heartpool, saying nothing. Silence here was not empty. It was filled with soft things: leaf bells, faint ripples, the distant murmur of the tide, the slow inhaling of the island itself. Meera felt as if she were floating even on land, supported by something she could not see but could trust. When they rose to wander, Celestia showed Meera fruits shaped like suns, each one giving off a mild glow that made their shadows gentle. Golden birds with tiny crowns hopped from branch to branch, hopping so carefully it seemed as though they were respecting a hush they did not want to break. A brook stitched the island with threads of water, and fish too small to pinch a fingertip swam in it, making embroidery of ripples. "Do the birds sing lullabies?" Meera asked. "They sing what is needed," Celestia said. "Sometimes lullabies, sometimes cheer, sometimes the sound of rain on a roof for those who miss it." "Do you sing?" Meera asked. "When I run," Celestia said, "the ground hums a little. That is my song, and my light hums too. Then we both sing," Meera smiled. "No wonder the pool liked us." They reached the shore again as afternoon turned to a honeyed gold. The rainbow touched the sea not far off, making a path anyone could follow if they believed and were patient. The tide slid in and out with a mother's rhythm, steady and soothing. Meera looked at the horizon and felt her heart tug in two kind directions, toward the deep places that were home and toward the island that had made a new room inside her. "I should go," she said, not sadly, but tenderly, as one speaks when closing a book they love, knowing they can open it again. "You can always return," Celestia said. "The rainbow knows your name now. It has folded your song into its colors." "How will I know when to come back?" Meera asked. "When the world is a little quieter and you feel a soft tug behind your ribs," Celestia said. "Look up. The bridge will be there. Or when the pool needs you, you'll hear your own song echoing back to you, like a friend calling from another room." Meera touched her forehead to Celestia's nose. The unicorn's breath smelled faintly of rain and sunlight. "Thank you," Meera whispered, "for trusting me with your island, for sharing your light." "Thank you," Celestia replied, "for bringing the sea's lullaby, for reminding the pool how the ocean holds what it loves and lets it go and holds it again." They stood like that for a time, measured not by minutes, but by comfort. Then Meera slid into the water, the waves welcoming her with a soft swirl. She turned back. Celestia stood at the edge of the island, mane drifting, eyes bright and calm. The rainbow curled between them like a promise tied with a silky ribbon. Meera swam slowly, not because the sea was heavy, but because the moment was gentle and did not wish to be hurried. Beneath her, schools of fish stitched delicate patterns in the light. Above her, the sky softened to peach and then to lavender, one color handing the evening to the next without fuss. She sang, not loudly, but just enough for the ocean to hear. The song moved through the water and around rocks and along the backs of turtles and into the shells of the shy octopus who sighed happily in his home. By the time Meera reached the coral gardens, the sea was twilight blue. Anemones unfurled like sleepy stars. Seagrasses lay down their green heads. The turtles, drowsy, drifted as though rocked in hammocks. Meera brushed past her kelp cradle and felt it sway in welcome. She settled there and looked up. Even through the water, she could see the rainbow, not as sharp as on the surface, but as a gentle echo, a comfort-colored veil that lay between sea and sky. She imagined Celestia on the island, the heartpool breathing its slow colors, the star leaves telling secrets to the breeze, the golden birds hopping softly, and the brook sewing the earth with silver thread. She imagined the island sleeping and waking and sleeping again, exactly as it needed. Meera folded her hands over her heart and let a final whisper of song drift from her lips. She sang for all who needed a bridge, for a crab searching for a new shell, for a child far away seeking a friend, for a sailor who missed their home, for a moon moth looking for a gentle place to land. The song was a blanket with room for everyone. It said, "You are held, you are safe. The tide is steady, the night is kind." The ocean listened and answered with small, sweet sounds, the tick of sand settling, the hush of a distant current, the hello goodnight of a dolphin very far away. Meera's eyes grew warm and heavy. The kelp cradle tightened the tiniest bit, just enough to say, "Rest, little one." As she drifted towards sleep, Meera felt the feather of curiosity find its perch again inside her chest, not fluttering now, but content. There would be other days, other mornings shaped like possibility. There would be times when she would look up and find the rainbow leaning down to kiss the sea, and she would know it was calling her name. There would be more songs to sing, and more light to catch, and more bridges to tend. For now, there was only the soft blue hush, the slow rainbow breathing, and the certainty that magic, when met with kindness, becomes gentle enough to hold and strong enough to carry anyone who needs carrying. Meera smiled, a small, drowsy curve, and let herself be carried. The sea rocked her, the island dreamed of her, and the rainbow kept watch. And somewhere above, a unicorn with moon-white fur and a horn full of quiet color lowered her head and, feeling the pool's song steady and sweet, spoke a little blessing into the night. A blessing that found Meera even through all that tender water. Sleep, dear friend. The bridge is bright. The world is soft. The morning will come on tiptoe. And when you wake, there will be enough wonder for the day and enough calm for the night. Meera's breathing matched the tide, in and out, in and out. gentle as the turning of pages in a book that never ends. The ocean dimmed the lights. The sky tucked a pearl of moon under her pillow. The rainbow curled itself into a ribbon and rested along the horizon, ready to unfurl at dawn. And the island, hidden and happy, hummed to itself like a lullaby.